sometimes people have what it takes, but they haven't recognized it yet. Just go forward. So what do you need to do?
Welcome and hello, everybody.
So what you need to do is be that person that's different and is bigger
So today,
than you think.
this is
Rise from the ashes
is
is
like
like
phone
the
calls,
that you are.
all that fun stuff. If you're watching live, make sure you say hello. If you ever watch the recordings, guys, make sure that you subscribe, comment in there, let me know you're watching, what you think. Talking today about content, posting content on social media, and I think right now is an interesting time to have this conversation for a lot of reasons. We all know, hopefully everybody knows what's going on right now in the world. We may not understand why completely. Tyrants and bullies and politics and nonsense. And unfortunately, it's leading to, violence and more with Russia and Ukraine is what I'm talking about. But I'm pretty sure everyone's aware of that. When it comes to posting on social media, politics and things like this is one of those times when people always talk about, don't talk about politics and religion, right? That's what they say. Don't talk about politics and religion. Well, sometimes you need to talk about politics and religion. Now, depending on how you want to approach it and what you want to say, because at the same time, you don't want to be caught. You don't want to be simply virtue signaling. Has anyone heard that term? Virtue signaling? It's kind of I post something, but then I don't ever do anything, right? I'm not actually active in any way. Michael and some others, I work with a number of nonprofits right now. You have people that will talk about a certain thing. You have things like Suicide Awareness Month. I don't know if that was February or, but we've got Suicide Awareness Month. You have Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You have all of these things, and someone will post something on their social media, and then that's it. Guys, if that's all you ever do, don't call a ton of attention to it. Now, when it's something like this, the posting version of do as I say, not as I do. I may talk a lot about, it's walking the walk and talking the talk, right? It's that kind of thing. There's a lot that we can do, even though we're here and they're there. I'm not totally sure everything that's possible though. Like I've got a client that I worked with for years. They're in real estate investing. They do have a charity and they actively, they employ several people in the Ukraine. So he and I I'm talking with him later on today to see what there is, what can be done, because I know they've got kind of boots on the ground, as it were. And so he'll let me know what I'm able to do. There are certain charities, and actually, Michael, if you could come off of mute for a second. Michael's got a lot of background with charities and nonprofits and things. So if people are looking right now to donate in any way, is Red Cross and something like that's typically what would go into an area like this when something like this is going on?
I might have come in a little late. What area are we talking about?
Russia and Ukraine with everything.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So if I can't do anything here, right? It's not like I can go hand out food here, but
Red Cross, and they also have Red Crescent because of some of the Arab countries, so they don't want to get into a religious thing. So they're always there. They're like our first responders. They go in when other people are running out, and they're helping. Yeah.
Okay.
And
so if I'm going to go and donate something there, then the Red Cross, Red Crescents, those are going to be probably the safest ones for me to donate without having to worry about is something actually getting where it needs to be, or is there something to look for?
Oh, well, I would, what I always do, and I think I'd mentioned this on my video, which one I'm getting back to you on, by the way. There's an organization called GuideStar, guidestar.org, and they do the background work. They do the investigating on how the monies are being used at these organizations. And they have a rating system. And I believe American Red Cross is one of the best run. And having worked there on the inside, I know they make every dollar work hard that is given to them. And they don't pay a lot of perks. There's not a lot of creature comforts when you work for them. That money goes to their mission. And they have a lot of volunteers.
If you wanted to, so Red Cross is great. And then if you want to look up before you donate to something, you can look up. It's just guidestar.org, guys. I dropped the link in there.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Michael. I just wanted to kind of touch on that, guys. And I bring this up because, I'm going to post right now. I've got, I just dropped into the Skype group. So if you're not in the Skype group yet, guys, make sure you join. Chris, if you can post that link. So here's, upcoming March social media ideas, like something for a lot of the days. And I'll find you one for February as well, where depending on the day of the month, there's different things that would be, kind of relevant for you that you can post. And so you may look at this and have some ideas on what you can post for February and March. So I just dropped a couple of them into the Skype group and you can look. But, we're in the middle of this conflict, war is going on, is essentially starting off, and hopefully there's a resolution sooner rather than later. But it's kind of hard, when you see that, and like today is, here in the United States, today is National Chocolate Covered Nuts Day. Like, I'm going to, what do I do? I'm going to go post about chocolate covered almonds with everything going on, right? Like, you got to kind of look at and read the room, as it were, pay attention to what's going on. I don't think anyone right now would be upset with a little bit of a post about what's going on. I think we can all agree that there's, prayers that need to go up no matter what you believe. There's good that can be done. And we don't need to point fingers everywhere, because there's plenty of people at the top all across the world that are at fault at this. And it's not one individual, right? So anyway, this plays into all sorts of different ideas with content. Like, you've got to pay attention to what's going on in the world. Being relevant is important. And so providing something like that link, a link for Red Cross, a link for GuideStar, and telling people, look, there's going to be a lot of opportunities over the course of coming weeks to donate to various charities. Make sure you check them out using this website, right? Like, that's something you can do inside of groups and others on your page. So you can provide, and then in that way, you're providing a service. Hey guys, before you do something, check it out here. Make sure it's worthwhile. We're all trying to help and do our, what we can from where we are. That might be something to do. There's a lot of different ways that you can approach working on Facebook, guys. And instead of spending a ton of time today, because I'm going to have some guests on this next week, I just want to give you a couple of ideas, a couple of tools. This is one website that I use occasionally for ideas, just when I need to brainstorm. Again, I'm going to drop this into Skype. It's called Socially Sorted. Let me pull up the homepage and I'll pop in here with you guys. Share the screen. So it's just growing the business with visual storytelling. This is Donna. She's great. She shares templates, stuff on Canva. It works, right? So you can use some of the stuff, because Canva, you can do Canva free. You don't necessarily need Canva Pro, so you can do that. There's different ideas on here. She gives you different things that you can do. Now, if you're kind of worried about, or if you're trying to figure out what kind of pictures you can use, a website that I use a lot is called Pexels, PEXELS.com. Pexels, and I'm dropping this into Skype as well. Pexels is free stock photos. There's some basic videos on there that you can use, but you're allowed to use any one of these for free. And you can take this, you can hop over to Canva, you can type on it if you want. I mean, now just about any app, you're able to do that. If you add it to your story or whatever, you can type on top of it. But you can look up just about anything in here too. Oh, look, there's International Men's Day. I want to know, November 19th. Okay, it's old, but gives you ideas, right? You can look up just about anything you want. Digital marketing, a bunch of different ideas, analytics, business plan, schedule, right? Any of these are free to use. So sometimes people worry about quality, man, I don't have any quality pictures to use. I don't know what to post. Here you go, guys. There's all sorts of different ideas here. Okay. So don't make it as hard on yourself as you need to, or as you think you do. I like Unsplash as well. Is that unsplash.com, Richard? Let's look it up. Does anybody else have any sites like that they use? Unsplash. Free images. There we go. Let's check it out. So let's look up digital marketing again to give us some differentiation from what we had. Oh, there you go. Those are good. I like those. Okay, pick the one that works. Get yourself some ideas. There's plenty of stuff here, right? All right, let's see. I've also used Unsplash. Good. Pixabay, is that what it is? So you've got Pexels, Unsplash, Pixabay. Like, there's a number of different programs that you can use for free content. You've got different places that you can go to for content ideas. It is important, though, like I said a minute ago, read the room, pay attention to what's going on in the world. Just out of habit, I popped on, I looked up, I went, oh, what today's national what? I looked at that and then I went, yeah, with what's going on, that's not what I'm going to post. So I'm going to think a little bit more today about what to post. I'll probably post the link to GuideStar and some other things. But the key here, guys, is just being consistent. More than anything you do, be consistent with what you're putting out there all the time. Every day you should be doing something. It didn't take long to find those things. You can write something up, come up with some kind of pillars we've talked about, foundational elements for, you can access these from Canva to make it easier for you as well. There you go. I don't use Canva a whole lot. I've talked about that. I outsource it. I have my guy do stuff. Still, I did the same thing, Andrew. Still haven't posted stuff. Okay. I'm like pee off Steph. Okay. I haven't posted yet today because I'm trying to think of what's going to be worthwhile posting, right? And I know my voice is not going to be heard beyond a handful of individuals, and that's fine. But just be aware of that, guys, when you're posting. You never know who is going to look, but keep it relevant to you and your brand and be on point, and don't bring anger to social media. If you're going to kind of have passion behind something, then go find a solution in a more productive manner, if that makes sense. Like I said, I'm going to have at least 2 guests on this next week talking about content, and we're going to be going into it. And so I want you guys for today, use one of those picture services, look at it, come up with something to post for the next couple of days. How many of you took yesterday? I did a quick challenge about success and successful individuals. I told you to go do, watch some videos, an interview, and come up with 1 or 2 things that really stood out from that. How many of you did that? I had a handful of people that posted. Okay. If you haven't done it yet, guys, take the next 15 minutes, get yourself on YouTube, watch some kind of interview from somebody here, and pick one thing that you can do. Hope has not been canceled. I don't know. What do you mean? No, I mean, hope is still alive. Is that what you mean? What do you mean by hope has not been canceled, Robert? I don't know what you mean. You want to come off of mute? Let me know. I'm gonna wrap up the call though, guys, as far as the recording goes, and I'll stay on. We can answer some questions here, but go out and do the challenge from yesterday. Get on YouTube, watch some interviews.
Sometimes people have what it takes, but they haven't recognized it yet. Just go forward. So what do you need to do? How do you stand out? What you need to do is be that person that's different and it's bigger than you think.
Appreciate you guys. Love you. Have a
Rise from the ashes and fly like the phoenix.